Just had to make another video today. Must be a torn up camp. There's a beach chair with a towel. Obviously someone left in a hurry. Must be Bigfoot. I had to make this video because I'm listening to one of Will Jevings' reports, and we can see that one over there. There's a broken tree over there, and there's one snapped off right over there. And they were discussing tree snaps and tree breaks, and pretty much a fact that Bigfoot does that. We don't know. We haven't found one yet, but pretty much a fact. I just cracks me up how they make these facts. Someone suggested that maybe it was, they were going over all the scenarios of why Bigfoot would do this. And perhaps it was, notifying other Bigfoots in which direction to travel, notifying other Bigfoots of the feeding area. And then someone brought up the point of, well, wouldn't the other animals notice this and stay out of the area? Oh my God, look what we found here today. Look at that. That's definitely a torn up camp, an abandoned camp. Now this could be anything, but there's a tire. We all know that. Another fact that Bigfoot likes to play with tires, according to M.K. Davis. There's that tree snap over there. Torn up camp. Yeah, so the person brought up the fact that maybe the other animals would notice this, and then Will kind of jumped in and said, oh no, other animals wouldn't know that. So that became a fact, that other animals do not recognize tree snaps, and that Bigfoot could make these snaps and other animals would not know it. Now that just cracks me up, because how does he know that other animals don't notice tree snaps, that deer aren't smart enough to notice the tree break? It's kind of funny because we really don't have a lot of studies on that, but people make up facts that, and I mean, I can see where I would think that, well, the other animals wouldn't notice that, but how do you know? You don't know. They might notice it, So, as far as that goes, it's just kind of funny. I just love listening to all these stories and trying to understand the way people think about things and base their reasoning on things that might not necessarily be true, but they all do, and it's kind of funny. I get a kick out of it when I listen to all these and how people assume these things that Bigfoot might be doing, and and it's like, you haven't found one yet. You haven't really studied one yet. So how in the hell can we make up any reasonable thought on, or figure out these things? But people do. They seem to. And then they become facts. Another thing they were talking about was Native American folk laws and things, and how, because if a Native American says it, then it's absolutely a fact. Native American talks about these things, then it's actually real, which is kind of funny. And I always get a kick out of how stories get told, and in a year's time of a story being put out on the internet, it changes so drastically. It's incredible. Okay, where we have I don't know, it was the story of Ivan Sanderson. I think it all started with, told the story of the logging camp where these big 55-gallon drums were tossed around, and then someone else told the story and they were actually moved miles away, and then it became a fact, and then other people told it, and before you know it, these drums were being found miles away. And I don't think that's how the story went. So just given that, imagine what Native American folklore does over a period of hundreds and hundreds of years. how the story might change a little bit. You got to think about these things, people. You see the red ball out there? I wonder how that got there. You gotta realize these things when you listen to these stories and people telling these stories. Stories get construed, they change, and so you really got to take that into account when you're listening to these. But it's very funny how the stories change. And anyways, have fun out there.